'Twas the night before Christmas Eve, and it was a balmy 6 degrees out. So what do? Oop, trip over stuff. And do some work in the garage. Alright, George, what are we building?
Bed.
Whose bed?
Mine.
Why do you need a bed?
My bed's so... I just would like a new one.
Alright, what type of bed are we making?
Oops. I don't remember what.
How about a loft bed?
Yeah, loft bed.
It's going to be about 6 feet off the ground. That way we don't hit the ceiling fan. We're going to custom build it. We got some cedar posts that George is sanding. We got some 2x4s, some 1x10s over there. Sorry, 1x10s, some 1x3s, I believe, and some what do I call these? 1 by a bunch? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yes, this is what we were doing. We got some rough measurements, and George is sanding, making sure everything's all smooth. You know, it's one of those things, after I get done cleaning the garage for a day, what better to do than to make a mess? Alright, we're going to take some, we're not going to do a long shot too much. We'll show you as we build what we're building. We've got our posts cut and trimmed. We're going to have to build this modularly so we'll make it up the stairs too. That'd be the other big hurdle, but we should be good. Alright, check back in a little bit. Carpentry is a lot like body work. You start off sanding, and then you sand some more, and then when you think you're done sanding, you sand some more, and then you sand a little bit more, and then you sand some more edges.
There's a lot of sanding. Oh my gosh, look out there.
Yeah, it's snowing and blowing. It's a good day to be in here.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we got done so far is we have the head end of George's bed. So this is the end where his head's going to be. So this will tell you about how tall it's going to be. Like I said, 6 foot, same height as me. And we're going to have, this is so he doesn't roll out of bed and fall onto the floor. This is the part that's actually going to hold his bed, okay, and keeps it from, ooh, that's really good actually. I like that. And then down below we have one tie bar to keep him from spreading. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start this section, which is going to be the foot end, and what this section is going to have is it'll still have this board. It will not have this top board because he doesn't have to crawl over it, but it will have a ladder going up. So it's going to have multiple rungs at the bottom and be open at the top here. So we'll start for this board, same as we did last time. Figure out the exact measurements. Ooh, look at that, how that stands. Look, it's freestanding.
It is. That's really cool.
And then what we'll eventually do is we'll build the sides, and the sides are going to be in pieces. So we're going to do one side, the other side, and then the slats in between, and then we'll cut this off, and we'll actually assemble the whole thing down here, but we'll have it so you can take the sides off and the slats out, you know what I mean, so on and so forth. And then once you take those out, you can carry it upstairs, because our stairs in the house suck.
I'm going up the stairs.
But yeah, we're going to make it modular.
I'm going to grab you.
You're too close. Alright. Whoa, somebody's got me all the way zoomed in. Were you zooming?
I zoomed in because you were all the way over here.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know if you've seen last one. That's the head end. This is the foot end. This is his ladder up. I bought the rungs spaced about a foot apart. And then again, this is what his bed is actually going to sit down in a little bit to about right there. And he'll be able to hopefully go right over the top, like as soon as he starts laying down, and pops right over. There won't be a top board on this one. What are you doing?
I don't know.
It's good. That makes two of us then. But yeah,
I don't know you.
clicking right along. The rest of it shouldn't be as much finished carpentry. The only thing that's going to be finished is the outer board here and the top rung that's going to go between them. So what we'll end up having to do is mock them up, and then attach them, and then go from there. Right? And these will bolt on. We'll drill some holes for bolts. So we should be able to put like 2 or 3 bolts. Well, let's go with 2 bolts in here to keep it from tipping.
Thank God, it
But
disappeared.
okay.
It disappeared. Nobody can see me.
For rent, one child
Ah!
who's about to get walloped on the head with a 2x4x12, which I definitely bought enough of that. But anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so we fashioned up this here fancy dancy jig, and we used it to drill holes 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 in all of our, these are the side rails, and then also to drill our holes into here. And we'll fashion up something similar to, can they see the holes in here?
Yeah.
Okay, easy with movements, buddy. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish assembling these side rails. Okay, not a bunch of movement, buddy. Smooth, slow, smooth movements.
Okay.
You don't want to make your audiences sick. They start hurling all over the place. Yeah, vomit, hurl. Yeah, they probably won't.
Explosion.
They probably won't come back for another view if they threw up.
Farts.
So even you're just shaking back and forth. What we're going to do is we're going to glue and screw this piece down into the bottom of the side rails, and that will be the part that the cross braces, like when we lay the boards in for to hold the actual box spring and everything up. They'll rest on this. It's a 1x2x8, so it's 1.5 inches. I'm going to give this a try. If it doesn't work, I'm going to take it back off, and then we're going to use a 2x4 in here. Okay? Alright, George. If you're good, I'm good. Alright, we're going to try and set up a long shot for putting it together. George! Get in here! Now, we're gonna add to it later. Like eventually I want to put like a desk or something down here so you can work off of. But little paint, little stain shouldn't be bad. I'm gonna get some maybe acorn nuts to put over these. Just so he doesn't maim himself. Yeah. And it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's got a little wiggle to it, but it's definitely not going to go. Probably, I took an 1/8 inch off of each slat, so it'll be easier to put in, but I think they'll be fine. And we're going to add two handles up here. 1, 2. Alright, so it's painted and stained. Start all over.
This is the one I chose. I didn't choose this one or this one.
So what one? The one you call it is chose what? Called what?
Is a gel stain mahogany.
Gel stained mahogany.
And then the other one is this one's a red mahogany. He doesn't like that. And then that one's English chestnut, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
This chestnut just looked like regular wood, but a little more darker.
Okay.
Thanks.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what have we happened upon here?
Nothing. This is just pre-stain.
Pre-stain. George, did you stain your bed already?
Technically, yes. But this is on purpose.
Oh, so if you poop the bed on purpose, it's all right.
That's just something different.
George didn't know that I'm not the painting staining type. Color coordination revolves to another member of the family. We'll check back as their progress is made. And George finishes staining his bed for the first time.
That sounds so
But not the last.
Your end.
Right here.
Yeah.
Into the thing of it. Into the thing of it.
What are you doing, George?
I don't know.
Wiping off the excess stain?
Yes.
Is that what you're doing?
Stain removal.
Show us how you do it.
He's wax off.
That's how I do it.
Okay. Well, do this here, like you're supposed to, or something.
I don't.
Or is it too early?
I think it might be. Yeah, that kind of looks like. Maybe not.
Go by how it feels and try to go with the wood, bud. Try to go across. Look at me.
This way.
Well,
Like how I painted it.
I did do it that way.
I know.
It does look good. Feels good.
Alright, now the garage door's shut. I just wanted to show how well my son and my wife did at staining all this. And it's kind of neat how my son actually likes the knots and the blemishes. He says they look really neat. You know, the imperfections in the wood help to bring it all out. Somebody asked me yesterday why I didn't do what I did with my stand and just burn it in for him. But answer to that is I didn't think of it at the time. And he said from the get-go that he wanted it to look like our trim in the house, and this is how the trim in our house was done. Alright, I'm going to switch gears, switch projects, and start something else. We'll return to this later. So George, what do you say about staining day 2? Staining day 2, what do you say? What do you think about staining your face?
It happens. It happened before we even started staining the wood.
Yeah, it
It was
did.
literally the first thing that happened.
Was he stained his face?
Yeah. He's like,
Just jumped up on them.
It kind of like splatted in a way where it flew up and
Uh-huh. What are you doing now, George?
another coat.
Of
Polyurethane.
Polyurethane.
polyurethane. What's it doing?
Making the wood last forever.
Oh. What else is it doing? Is it?
Does it make it shiny?
Yes. It makes it look nicer too.
How many coats are you doing?
2. This is the second one.
We'll see. I'm thinking 3.
Mom's ambitious.
Well, this stuff isn't as thick as some of my other ones.
So I will have to go through the stress again.
Stress.
Stress.
It's not even taking us an hour. The first coat took us an hour.
It's crazy to find where the parts are that are.
Oh, he's saying it's hard to tell where he didn't poly already. For the first coat, it looked dry, and then when he put the first coat on, he could tell where it was wet meant that he had already got it. But he's saying it's really hard now because it all looks
The same.
the same. It all looks shiny.
Interesting. Last day of poly?
Yep.
Last day of poly.
Yes. We only have one more coat after this, buddy. You can do it. We're getting sick of poly. Right, George?
It's like doing a car. Everybody thinks that, you know, like, oh, you can squeeze paint out of a paint gun, that makes a car beautiful, but they forget all the days of tedious sanding beforehand.
All the prep stuff that's miserable.
Alright, set up for the long shot of George and I assembling his bed. And he's going to give me a hand. Go get me one of the, bring in one of the fat boards. Wait.
One loving smile.
We never actually shot the finale that involves George's butt crack sticking out. Now, YouTube, I'll have to label this video like nudity. Do you like your bed?
Yes. I'm looking on the roof.
Does it work out for you?
Yeah. I have a beanbag at the bottom and a piano and a trumpet and my other stuff.
Well, we'll work on getting the under loft section a little bit better, but it's been a while. You've been had it for a while. You want to get rid of it?
What?
Your bed.
No.
You sure? We could trade it in for a futon.
What's a futon?
It's a bed that turns into a couch. We could get a double-decker couch.
Double-decker couch?
Yeah, that's remember like
Would it be
Lego
a double-decker futon?
It could be.
Because, the scariest part would be if I'm on the top
I'm trying to figure out where
and I'm sleeping.
be the good final. I don't know. This room's not big enough. Oh, that's it. I'm out of room. All right. We're done with this project, right, George?
Totally.
Okay. Have a good night.
Well, except